Hi everyone, welcome back to Capes Corner Creations. I'm back with a new journal, my little Shabby Chic journal, and we're going to have a walk through there tonight. And just to say hello, and if you like the video we're about to see, please give me a thumbs up and a share, subscribe if you like, and if you do, remember to ring that bell so you can see upcoming videos. Alright then, so let's get started. So this is a little, well, not so little, quite chunky. This is a little Shabby Chic journal, and she is covered in lace. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 layers of different lace on here. 2, 3, 4, 5 different lace, well, and up here 6 and 7 actually. She has a little bead dangle on the front here with a little bit of lace material on there, and a beautiful satin ribbon that keeps her closed and tidy because once we open her, she is quite large. So let's start. We'll start with measuring. The little tie just comes right off, so it gets out of your way, so you can just put that aside. Oh, let's measure. Let's see. Where'd my ruler disappear to? Oh, here we go. Okay, so we are 5 inches wide and 8 inches long, with a 2-inch spine, and her, oh my, she's very big, and she's a 5.5-inch mouth here, so she's quite chunky. Sorry for my voice tonight, it's a little raspy. It's that allergy time of year here. For me anyway. Alright, let's start. On the inside cover we have this beautiful journaling card with, of course, there is a ton of writing space in this journal. You have to maybe look for some, but it's all there. I think there's like maybe over 120 places to write. Oh yeah, and it's 88 pages. And as always, there's a note from me to explain how to use your journal. And I always name them. This little journal's name is Blossom, meaning to bloom. And there's so much growth in here, so plenty of places to write your thoughts, all your memories and different things. And what a great time to use a journal with this time that we live in right now. The first page is covered in pink tissue paper with some stenciling and a little cluster at the top with a little pink bow and a little butterfly down here at the bottom, just cut out from a picture, and some stenciling. And then we go into this next page, which to me looks like a little fairy garden with a butterfly, and there's some tulle with some bling on there. Over here we have some ephemera that I make most of my own, and I do have some digital ephemera that is available on the on the internet for free, so I may have 1 or 2 of those. But anyway, this one has some lace on it, this rose is material with some washi tape, some old book pages, and those are vintage book pages, with some scrapbooking paper, some lace here at the top, just a piece of scrap, and it says "Your Story Matters," and some writing space. So, and you can write here on this page as well. So that's that. On the back side with this paper clip is a little tag, a paper bag tag that you can write or keep little notes or something on back there. There's a sheet of avocado dyed paper that's been aged and distressed with some ink, and we've tucked that back in there. Over here there is this beautiful corner pocket with, this is material. There's a lot of material in this particular journal versus paper. I used a lot of material and lace. So this piece of material, this piece of ribbon, some lace, a little piece of satin material with a stamped butterfly on there, and a little bit of bling. This beautiful journaling card, which, you know, matches the material there. And this little satin-like material that we used for the butterfly here. And cutouts of the flowers from this material with some lace and some sewn buttons on the top. These buttons are all vintage that I use. Most of them came from my grandmother, and we're talking a long time ago. So, and we have, of course, writing space on the back of this card. I know my camera is a little close. Let me see here. There. Writing space here, and of course on your page, and there's a little stenciled leaves there in the corner, and that slips right in there. This page just stenciled, and a dragonfly. Here we have a pocket made from vintage pages, a little card here. It says today on here with some old vintage paper and a flower with writing space. And of course you can always add more to that and write on here, or put a little paper on there, or put more paper in your pockets. Over here we have a little word tag that we had made on video last week, and these are so cute. I just love them. What you can write on the back of there, use it for an appointment card or whatever you could use it for. Tucks right in there. On this page, just some more stenciling with a little butterfly, some material with some more vintage buttons on the top. More stenciling, plenty of writing space in here, but it's also really packed. Over here we have more buttons. I have so many buttons that I thought, well, this is a good place to use them because I'll never use the amount of buttons that I have for sewing projects. So you might need a button. And there they are. Over here we have another little page of stencil with this little journaling card. It says opening, and you up here and it says date, so it could be an important date you need to remember, or an important date that something has come about, or something that is going to happen. And some writing space on the back, and this is in a glassine bag right here. The little clock and a little paper feather that I made with a little piece of lace. On this side we have a flower that I cut out of a old doily, piece of paper that is coffee dyed for writing. Well, actually this is coffee dyed. No, this is spice dyed paper with some coffee flecks on it. That's where I got that one. Yeah, we did that one too on a video with the spices. That was really fun. And then just stenciling with some lace for more writing space. On this paper back here, again with the vintage book pages, and more stenciling. And these were fronts, it was a little piece off I think it was a seed packet, and I took the picture. I love the flowers. And inside you open it twice, and you have writing space on either side. Whoop. And here it says Plant of the Month Club. And then back here, a little journaling card with some ephemera. This little bird, I don't really remember where I got that one from, but I will, if I remember, I'll put that in a link below. Here it says journal with a little air stamp. I'm pretty sure that was Tim Holtz. This paper is from an old vintage book, and some scrapbooking paper with some old lace, old ribbon, and of course more writing space. And this tucks in behind this little pocket here. There we go. And that just tucks in there. Old calendar page to jot things down, some writing space. Here's another word tag. This one says beautiful, covered in a little piece of lace that matches the lace that's on this card. There's another corner pocket, and this says dancing on here. These are cloth roses with some doily piece and some vintage pages with writing space. All distress edges. They are all torn edges. I just really like the way that looks. You know, sometimes straight lines just don't flow for me. On this page, probably can't see this very well. Let me put this up here. On this page, we have another, this is a side tuck with writing space on both sides. I just thought it was a good place to put that in there, more writing space. And this is a little inspirational cards that we made last week on a video. You can go back and see that if you didn't see it. This is just a piece of torn paper with distressed edges, and we put a piece of lace on there with a little flower and glued the ribbon on. And inside it says, spread your wings and fly, with a little bird there. And that just ties right back up and tucks into your side pocket with your journaling card. I like little inspirational words. We all need that, you know. I say that all the time, but it's true. We always feel better if we're acknowledged. Even just a hello or a smile to someone makes your day better. Over here we have there's pages throughout from an old garden book with a little cluster at the top with some stenciling on there. And again on this side, this is cattail reeds with a little cluster. Over here we have a vintage craft book page that I use often in different journals. And I have some lace and ribbon here, and this here is covered with a piece of cotton material with some lace and a little satin ribbon and writing space on the back. And that tucks right in there. Here we have another one of these inspirational cards that, again, the lace matches all the way throughout. On the top it says tenderness. It's a big writing space journaling card here on both sides. Of course, you got your whole page, so don't forget that when you're using your journaling cards. And this one says, I'd have to open to remember because I don't remember. Too many things to remember sometimes. This is just a piece of pink yarn. I'm trying to incorporate some of my yarn because I'm an avid crocheter and I like to incorporate yarn here and there. Your time can make a difference with some flowers and a little clock. And it is so true. Your time here, it makes a difference to me for sure. So I appreciate that, and I thank you for being here. I'm home a lot, and not just because of the pandemic, but just in general. So having this platform to communicate and teach and share is really a great thing for me. So let's put that back in there. Now that's the first signature. I forgot to tell you that there are 4 signatures in here. There's different amounts of pages in each one because some of the pages are glued together, so each one is a little different. All the signatures start with a page that's pink, covered in pink tissue paper. Here is the material that is used from the cover of the book. I used a scrap of that on the side here with some stenciling and a cluster and some lace, with plenty of writing space. On this side there is a large side tack that I made a collage with different papers and some old paper, and this is a spice dyed paper that's pretty big, writing on both sides. Tuck that back in there. Just some more old calendar paper that you can write, jot notes, even tear it out if you needed a piece of paper for something. You know, we all do that and look for a piece of paper, and then it's like, oh my goodness, what do I do with that? I need a piece of paper, and then you can always use some of that. This is a paper collage with very old vintage book pages, dictionary pages. I have this great book, and I'd be sad when that's gone, but it has a ton of pages still. So I use the little bits to make this collage, and the journaling card with some cotton flowers from some quilting material that I had scraps of, some lace, and of course writing space on the back on that journaling card. And these two pages are stenciled with lots of different stencils, probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different stencils on this page, which I love because I get to use them, and it looks so pretty. And anyways, while I'm jabbering on, I hope you're all well and doing well. The weather has been continually beautiful during the day, but cold at night, so I'm enjoying the nice days, sunny days. So far, so good. No winter here as yet in Tennessee. This is just a piece of lace on top of a piece of that cotton material that is held on the top with some lace and buttons, and underneath you can have your writing space if you want to put something that's private, and you can cover that up with a vintage lace on this side and some stenciling at the bottom. Over here we have a little bit of stenciling and this beautiful little pocket that has, again, the cotton lace. Here it says "Adventure awaits you," with more cotton material, some lace, this journaling card with the matching cotton material with the vintage dictionary paper, some lace. This one says "Keep Going," with some gold ribbon at the top, and this card is distressed and with the torn edges and slips right in there. Over here we have a little lace pocket. This is a big piece of lace with another lace on the edge of it, and this says "Try new things." You know, this is a paper cutout of flowers with that old vintage page and some washi tape, and on the back writing space again with that distressed edge. Love the way that looks, and I carried that throughout this journal. Here we have this beautiful flowered scrapbook paper, so I put another piece of a rose on here. This one says "Purpose" with some writing space. You know, we always can find inspiration and a purpose for something, so your story would continue there. This whole book is pink with lots of flowers, so you must like pink and you must like flowers. Over here we have an envelope that has stenciled a little butterfly garden and dragonfly with this beautiful journaling card inside with another flower, pink rose, and plenty of writing space on the back of there. You'd be surprised how much places there are to write, and then you start going through and it's like, it doesn't look like a lot because each page has so much on them, but actually there's a ton of writing space. This is the middle of this signature. Over here it says respond, and of course more flowers and more flowers. We have so many flowers, especially when we don't have any flowers this time of the year, so it's really nice to have flowers in your journal. This says forgive, and this says don't hold back, and that's true. Sometimes we have to get past ourselves and forgive. This is a little paper leaf that I cut out, a little word tag like the others, but this one is glued to this little journaling card that's on that vintage paper with some scrapbook paper, a little bit of ribbon, and a little bit of lace at the top. So actually there's quite the collection of textures on this little card, and a little writing space on the back. And this one, of course, beautiful roses with some scrapbooking paper and a ton of writing space. And of course, don't forget you can write right on your pages as well. Oh, and this one has this lace pocket. Also has over here a little piece of lace with a couple of buttons sewed on there. Has a lot of buttons and bows in this little journal. Over here, this page is just some more stenciling. The other part of the cattail page, a botanical book that I had a few pages left, so I like to add those in, especially the flowers. And here, this beautiful journaling card is glued to the page so it doesn't come up, but there's plenty of writing space, and again with a little cluster of laces and buttons at the bottom. So pretty. And then two more pages of writing space, just a little bit of distressed ink and some cotton roses on there. Over here we have this little collage of old this was, I think it was a vintage book that I had, and I had read. I got it, I don't know, so long ago. But, you know, after you read something several times and it was falling apart, so I thought, well, I'll use that for my journals. And this lace here, this is something I had crocheted that had gotten torn, so I cut a piece of it and put it here, and with these old buttons. And another word tag that you can actually take off of here and use it if you need to put it somewhere else. It says sincere with some writing space on the back. And this little card for writing space with a little pink lace on there. And then this side, just some more stenciling. And most of these papers are the spice dyed papers that we had done on video last week. And I really love the way they look. This is another beginning of another signature with that pink tissue paper. And, you know, I'm trying to use the things in the cabinet, and I'll tell you, you know, it's really, I'm starting to see things that I thought initially that wouldn't work for a journal. And now I can't wait to start using some of the things I'm finding. So I'm trying to use everything. And, you know, that's what the junk journal is all about, that you use the things you have. You know, you don't need to go and get all store-bought items when you have buckets, I'm sure, full, and closets and attics and basements full of little things that you save and save and save, and you never actually use them. So, you know, like I will never use the amount of buttons that we have. So here we have another button cluster on the side here that you could take them off, but I think they're so cute on the page. On the back side of this, it says throw kindness around. Isn't that true? Like I said earlier, even just a smile for someone that you don't even know and makes them feel better sometimes. This little side pocket has quite a bit of lace on it, and this little bouquet lace with a button. So cute, like a dress. Looks like a dress to me. Up here with that cotton material and some more lace. And this journaling card, I punched a little butterfly in the bottom corner there. This is old vintage papers. I love the way that looks. Soft and pretty with writing space, and of course a pink bow, a pink ribbon on the top. Now this page has a double belly band, has a white material in the back and a pink in the front, and I'll take these out so that you can see it, with a cluster of old book pages at the bottom that are distressed with a little beige flower. And so you have two belly bands. You have this one here and this one here. So the one in the back has this card here that says Adventure. This is an old crochet page from an old craft book. And I'm pretty sure this little bird came from Pam at the Paper Outpost on her Etsy shop. I'm thinking that's where I got that. And I love birds, so that works there. And of course, writing space on the back. And, you know, writing space on both sides here. You know, most folks who are avid journalists that write in their journals would pick every little open space of paper, and sometimes I'm one that would be like, oh, I don't want to mess it up, so I don't want to do that, but you know, that's what it's for. So here's another little bird from that same group of papers, and a button, a piece of material, and a piece of lace with some old scrapbooking paper. That's a little map paper. And that fits right in the top belly. Just like that. And of course buttons. We have buttons, buttons, buttons. Here there's a belly band that actually wraps around to the back page of this. So it goes all the way around. And it is secured on so it doesn't come off. And here we have an envelope. And you could leave it just like this. You don't need to put anything in there if you don't want to, but I put this little bag that I made from a collage of a lot of bits and pieces of the scraps from the vintage craft books. And yeah, this is from a craft book, most of these bits. And just collaged that all together, made a little envelope. And here we have a piece of paper that's distressed with pink ink and brown ink, and also you can see the lines from the spice dyeing that was done on that. Really pretty. And slip that in, and then we have another one of our inspirational cards. That open, and that's another piece of yarn. That's pink yarn that's I put underneath the lace. One of the others I glued on top. This one is underneath. I think we did this one also in our little video. This is an adventure is about to happen. Isn't that so when you're writing in a journal? You never know what's going to happen. And sometimes it's living in the moment. And you want to write those things down. Sometimes they're really great memories or fun things, and you want to remember them. And I put that in the top of there and just slid that back in there. There we go. And of course, and on the back side, a journaling card, a little button in the middle. This one says heart with some pretty lace. That's part of the piece that was on the front of the book, up here, up top here. So you have to use all your scraps. Makes such gorgeous junk journals, really. This is some music paper and some old book pages. Some vintage book pages. You slide that under there. This is a cluster with some more buttons. There's a story about these buttons. This particular button I mentioned in one of the videos that I was making this page actually that my grandmother had these buttons, and my mother had given me a bunch of her things years ago, and there was this little container, and in it there was all these red buttons, and honestly, like 200 of the red buttons. I thought, what was she doing with so many of the same buttons? But over the years, I have used them on the grandkids' clothes, on their aprons, on different projects, and of course, I still have a bunch of them. So there's another one. So that one is really old. You know, my grandmother was born in the early 1900s, so it's over 100 years probably. Well, maybe not, but I bet you it's 100 years anyway. And here is, so that's probably antique button, not vintage. I'll take that back. So anyway, that's how old I'm getting. So this is an old dictionary, vintage paper. That was 1942. This I know. With some lace, the word proud, with plenty of writing space, a little bit on the front and all on the back, and of course down your page here. And then on the other side, I brought this paper around on the back to make another pocket, and that says sweet, with some writing space and a piece of paper for writing, a little butterfly on the bottom. I stenciled all around that paper. That was our video on this past Wednesday. The continuation of this video, I think this one was Monday and this one was Wednesday. We just finished it up on another video. And this is just a pocket that is glued. This was one of those calendar pages I covered and glued down to the next page, so it made a side pocket here for this journaling card. Writing space on both sides and writing space right there on the front. This one does not come off, but it's just right there. And this is a little flower garden and butterfly garden for writing space on both papers. This is the middle of that signature we're in. Here we have another little button collage cluster with a button, some lace, some ribbon, and some paper. Over here we have a pocket. It says, "Be the exception." Sometimes you just have to be the exception, you know? And it says creativity. To bring out your creative side and explore the depths of your talents and just go for it, you know? On this page it says, "I'd rather make an impact on your heart than your eyes." Isn't that so? It's always what's on the inside that counts the most. Bells of Ireland. These are little flowers. More from that botanical book that I have. And just a little bit of stenciling on that corner and, of course, on this side. And more of the same from the botanical book there. Here we have a double pocket. We have a cluster on the bottom with some bling, some paper, some music paper, and this is a little pocket, and this comes right out. This little tag comes out with that little rose there, and of course writing space on the back, and you can use the tuck itself for writing space. And then there's this journaling card. It says to cherish every moment, and of course a full back for writing and on your paper. And that tucks right in here. And then more writing space on this side with just a little bit of stenciling. This one here has got that vintage dictionary paper. Front of this, just some scrapbooking paper, a little lace, a little butterfly, and writing space, of course, on the page and on your journaling card. So pretty. On this one, it's that same spice-dyed paper with the coffee flecks on there. A little butterfly, a little bling, a little bit of lace. And our last signature, this is the fourth one, is a little cluster, a little paper cluster with a little ticket on there. This is, again, the pink tissue paper. We have some cotton material on this edge Little butterfly, little stenciling, little lace on the edge. And inside you can see there's a green cotton on the spine to make that sturdy. Over here I have a half cross tuck with ribbon. I have two ribbons. The beige one is glued on to the green one with this little butterfly paper that is all distressed on both sides. There's plenty of writing space there. This paper is so pretty. I'm so happy with the way that came out. I will do that again. This is a top corner tuck with the card that comes up that way, comes down with this beautiful paper and some lace. This one has like a little skirt with lace and some pink leaves, some buttons, some old pages, and a little bit of flower cut from that paper, with plenty of writing space on the page and on the back of on this card as well. You know, wherever this book finds its way to, whoever it will be with, has plenty of writing space and is really pretty and cute, and it talks to me with all its flowers and and the butterflies and the old times. It just, you know, is a warm feeling. And, you know, it's not for everybody. Pink is not for everybody, but for the right person, it will be perfect. The stenciling pages here for more writing space. This one just simply has a cluster of flowers from that material. This page has a little lace top with a little bow with just a piece of lace covering this page, and you can write things on here, you can glue a picture on here, anything really, and just tucked under there. And the same with this page. It's plain. You can put pictures on it, you can write things on it, you can put stickers on there. And this top corner tuck is a digital print that I got off the internet. I'm not quite sure. It might be Artsy Maze, but I'd have to check on that. I'm still learning all these girls' names and where they are and what they do. It's exciting, actually, to be the new kid on the block. Everybody's got far more experience than I do, so I'm excited to join this group of ladies and experience the joy in journaling and making journals. It really is fun, and the pleasure is mine when they are sold and find homes. They're making people happy, and I'm happy to do that. This journaling card has writing space on both sides. It just tucks right in there. And over here, more writing space. This is two of those papers that calendar papers I glued together, and it opens up like an envelope here and here, and you have one of these little mailing cards, postcards from the Auntie May's collection. I'm pretty sure that's where it is, and if I'm wrong, I will find out. And anyway, and that goes right in here. And then this is just some scrapbooking paper with some old wrapping paper, and I just love that so much. And I thought, well, I didn't want to cover it up, but whoever may get this may want to write on it or put a photo on there or something. And I wrapped this paper down and around the bottom and up on this page and made this little pocket with that same paper on the other side and the wrapping paper and some lace. And this little piece of paper that is spice dyed paper. I'm hoping you can see that. It's really pretty. It looks like a wood grain. It came out so nice. And of course, paper is wood, so it really is pretty. Here's another page from that botanical book about flowers, and this is called Broom Bloom, Yellow Broom, and Scotch Broom. And this little page, so cute. It says journey. And this is a journey when you use a journal, and you journey about everything, or one thing, or three things, or as many things as you want, or every day. It's such a great place to put your thoughts, your memories, your hopes, your dreams. This has 3 journaling cards, a little bit of writing space on the front of this one, and of course on the back, and that just tucks right in here at the little bows. This one has paper, vintage paper, and some lace, and a little bow with writing space on the back and some lace on this pocket, and that tucks right in here. And then this one tucks in the back of the pocket, and it has vintage page on the front with some lace and a bow, and of course writing space on the back, and still some writing space left on the page. So cute. Here we have some writing space, and this is a tuck with this is looks like a crocheted or knitting pattern with another piece of paper, coffee dyed, or no, this is the spice stained paper again. I used most of that in this journal, and all of these pages as well. And that's the end. And the back page here says you are exactly where you need to be. And this says Wild at Heart, and it's a full journaling card on the front and the back, tucked into this little pocket that is made from material, cotton material with some lace. I put that on with some brads and sewed a button in the middle to hold this piece of lace onto this piece of cotton material, and that was just glued down around the edges. And that's our little Shabby Chic journal. So she's really full. She has a ton of writing space, tons of pockets and journaling cards and tags and some beads, a little bling here with some buttons everywhere, and that's all she's got. But she's very full, and I hope for someone that they find it their match for a journal. And it'll be in the Etsy shop and for sale. It's Christmas time, so it will make a great present for somebody, or even a new bride, a new mother, anybody, either grandma. And I'm not going to be able to tie this bow now. Let me try here. So anyways, it's in the Etsy shop. It'll be available probably today, and so you can check it out in there. And of course, as always, well, that looks terrible. Let me try that again. Sometimes you can make a perfect bow, and sometimes you have to do it twice. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed this. I was a little low-key tonight. I always say I shouldn't do this in the evening, but today was a busy day, so I wanted to get this done so we'd have it ready for today. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I know I even forget to do that thumbs up thing when I'm watching somebody else's video, and then I sometimes go back and do it because I know it's important to the YouTube community to do that for each other and for anyone else that you happen to be watching. It inspires us to continue the process and make more journals and make more tutorials on how to do things and share that knowledge with everybody. So, and if you do like that, and if you subscribe, remember to ring that bell so you see upcoming videos. I try and shoot for Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and maybe eventually after the first of the year, I'm trying to maybe do another maybe either Saturday or Sunday on the weekend, but we'll see. And I appreciate all of you, and I'm grateful that that you come and visit my channel. So I thank you again, and thank you for being here with me today. See you next time. Bye-bye.